Hello. Hi everyone. Welcome to Selenium Python training program. In the last session, we have seen how to download and install PyCharm along with how to configure the Eclipse editor. Now, what I would like to do means let us try to create a small project within a PyCharm for which I just performed a double click operation on my PyCharm, whatever we have installed. This is the screen which is populating where you are selecting do not import the settings and click on an OK button. As soon as I clicked on an OK button, so it's asking our confirmation. So directly I'm clicking on I confirm that I have a read and understood this one and click on a continue button. Okay, so it's asking some data sharing. I don't want to send any data sharings, but I just clicked on don't send now. So this is how it got created, and it's giving me certain options like this is how you have to create and how you have to configure. So these are the two different options of which it is asking. Set UI themes, whether I can go with this theme or this theme, whichever the theme you want, you can go it. So I'm just going with the black theme and then skip remaining and set the defaults. I just choose it that option. I don't want to do any other configuration within my PyCharm. Whatever the default configuration is there, I just want to go with that particular configuration itself. Hence, I have chosen that particular option, and now it will take a few seconds to load this particular screen. In this screen, we can create a new project. See, there is an option. Just click on create a new project. As soon as you clicked on a new project, it is asking for a title name. So this is what the location and this is the name you want to give. So here I'm giving it as Python demo 1. Okay, my project name I'm giving it as a Python demo 1 and click on a create button. Once after we created that, see, it is loading all the modules related to my project, and some kind of a tooltips it's getting displayed. So I'm just closing that. I don't want that tip. Basically, I'm just hitting okay. Okay, I'm trying to click on a close button. Still, it's loading, basically, creating a virtual environment. As at the very first time I'm creating this project in my PyCharm, so it's trying to download all the environments which are required for it. And now once it got loaded completely, I'm trying to click on this close button. As soon as I closed it, see, this is how my project looks like. On a left hand side, we have an explorer, see Python demo, and this is what it's going to display. So this is how it's going to display. Good enough. So what I'm going to do right now means right click on this Python demo 1, new, and I'm choosing a file. Okay, so I can choose a direct Python file itself, as I'm trying to create a new Python program. So I'm just clicking on a Python file itself, and I'm naming that particular Python file as demo 1, or I can say example one. So, and it's a just a Python file. There are two more options, Python unit test or Python step. So I'm just selecting the Python file and select it. Automatically, it will take just a few seconds to create that particular file. And this is how the Python editor created a new file for us. And then once after we have created this file, we can write down our programs in this particular editor. So I can say this is a Surendra Jagannatham trying to cover basics on this editor. So like that, I'm just typing something, but which is not an appropriate syntax. So we need to learn the syntaxes, whatever we have in Python. So let us see them first of all. So now what I'm going to do means let me open this presentation. So whatever the presentation we have created. Once after we created a new project and a sample file, then we will try to see comments. So what exactly a comment is? These comments are created for a user understanding purpose itself. So the Python script won't execute these comments. Usually comments are added to our test script for a readability purpose itself. You know, assume that I have written few lines of a code using Python. If I share this piece of code to someone who don't have any idea, then it will be tough for them to understand. So that's the reason we will add comments to our test script so that anyone just by looking into the comments, they can easily understand what we are trying to do. So we have a two different types of a comments. One is a single line comment and another is a multi-line comment. So what I'm doing means hash represents a single line comment. This is a single line comment. Okay. In the next line, let me try to print some name. In order to print some name in Python, we need to use a print statement. Print, open braces. I would like to print my name itself. So I'm just keeping that name in a double quotes, Surendra Jagannatham, and save it. That's it, guys. I haven't done anything, just I created a print and I saved it. So this is a single line comment. Whenever you added a hash up before that, it's going to be a single line comment. And the keyboard shortcut key in order to do that particular one is, in order to add a single line comment, the keyboard shortcut key which we need to use is Control plus question mark. If you press these two things, automatically that line will be commented, which is a single line. And the next type of a comment out over here is a multi-line comments. So what exactly this a multi-line comments is? See, if at all we added any info between these lines, the three dots, we can treat it as a, or else a Python can internally treat it as a multi-line comments. This is a multi-line comment. Okay, directly I'm just adding it here. That's it, guys. So whatever the info you have represented within these dots, it can treat it as a multi-line comment. And hence, just by adding these comments, anyone who don't have any idea on automation testing or programming skills, just by looking into these lines, they can easily understand that what exactly the next few lines are going to perform. For better readability, we usually add comments to our test script. So we have a scene, print is a command which will be printing down the information to the console. So in detail about these examples, how we want to print this stuff, we will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.